We're live, people.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, I'm just trying to get postings and people lined up for later on, man. So we'll wait for some people to come in. I know it's kind of like last minute. We talked about it, but we're always late, man. We're always late with stuff.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do here, guys, is we have a new show that we want to introduce, guys. We're gonna try it today. We might be switching the time and date, but for now, we're gonna do it. So it's gonna be episode number 1, and it's just really having kind of like a roundtable talk. Just on a few topics, just kind of like a discussion on our perspective on certain things, But before we do all that, guys, we've got to do the giveaways for the guys that bought some stuff for the auction last night on Friday. So let me share the screen. I know there's not a lot of people in here right now, but I'm gonna do this just to get out the way, guys, and I already have everything set up. So let's do it, man. All right, so it should be showing the screen. I have everybody's name on here. I have Socially Triggered on there once, Flash Rug on there once. Plumber's going to be on there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brandon Boss is going to be on there 1, 2. John Boy's going to be on there 1, 2. G Rip's on there once. Lawman's on there once. Mike T's going to be on there 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, Kevin Anderson's on there once. Flip is on there once. Justin Smith's on there once. 69 Chop Shop's on there once. And then Charles Stevens is on there twice. It was Flash Rug. Yeah, right. Let's roll the dice. There will be a first and second place on this, guys. 6 is a lucky number. Again, we're just going to get this out the way just to do the giveaways. The slab is for first place, and the 2 raw books going to be for second place. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Plumber, he ended up winning both things.
Golly, Plumber, you are one lucky. Actually, your stuff's gonna get lost, Plumber. We talked about it, man.
It's cleaned up, man. So congrats to Plumber, man. So all right, guys. So before we start, quick little shout out to some of the guys. We have Collectible Lounge in here. We have Ruben in the house. We have Jake in the house. Mike Brown in the house. 36 Chambers. What's going on, brother? And then again, guys, it's gonna be kind of like a discussion episode where we want to just talk some topics, man. That's all it is. Talk some topics, give our perspective on how we do things, why we do things, and how we accomplish things.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys can stay tuned for this. After this, obviously, we will be leading into the auction. There'll be a little bit of an intermission while we get the guys set up, but hopefully you guys can come in here and I'm here.
That's cool, Jake.
What are you talking about, man? I didn't see no Avengers, man. You guys are seeing stuff, man. There's optical illusions in Instagram, bro. Don't believe everything you hear or see on Instagram, man.
Yeah.
But talking back about what we want to do, man, is me, Manny. Obviously, we're pressed for time, so we're trying to do this. It might change. But we wanted to start off with the topic today. The topic today is going to be more so about grading, how we go about grading. What's up, Flippin'? Thankfully, you're not here today, man. I think we would all fire on Saturday night, bro. There would be nothing but fire coming out on the screen, man. But going back to the conversation is that we're going to talk about the grading part, but I think we want to lead into that by showing you guys a little bit of the speculation, spend a little bit of time talking about some spec books that we think people should start looking into. You start seeing them at your comic book shop. I'm not going to promote the E-word online store. You guys know what I'm talking about, or in auctions or other avenues, man. So we'll talk about that. I think Manny has a list of books. We'll begin with that, man, and then we'll lead into the topic, man.
Well, I wanted to do the graded first, but I guess we'll do this first. He switched it up on me last minute. All right, so let's do this. I have a few books, guys, and some of these books you can kind of say they're common sense books to a certain degree, but you know what? Sometimes a good reminder goes a long way, because what happens is, like anything, guys, there's movies announcements or show announcements, and we know some of the stuff is coming up, but we put it, on the back end because we know that maybe this or that just got hot this week or the week before, something else was hot. So I'm just going to bring up a few books that'll kind of just be refresher. Some of them might be books that you've seen before. It doesn't matter. In reality, what we're trying to promote, guys, is books that you should really, really, really
start looking into, man, before they get hot, man. We want to put you guys on it, man, so you can try to pick them up before you have this crazy ultimate fallout or I'll talk about even the third print kind of like a big thing that's going on right now, man. So we will be doing you guys a disservice if we don't share our knowledge with you guys. Obviously, it's just our opinion, but you can take it from that,
And let's start off with what I guess I'm gonna start with this book, guys. And it's a book that honestly, it used to be a hot book, and it's probably it's starting to get hot right now. But this is an interesting book, man, for a certain reason, because I'm gonna talk, because of one thing, it's a variant to a certain degree. It's gonna be Venom #7, guys. And this is gonna be the cameo appearance of Dylan, which is gonna be Eddie Brock's son, right? But as you can see, this is gonna be the tongue variant. So this is the kind of like the little harder to find variant. And honestly, this is going to be probably a book that I know people have on the radar. People probably even own this, multiple copies of this book. But in reality, the tongue variant is kind of slipped people's minds, in my opinion. And I think, for the most part, I believe, with Dylan, I think he's play a bigger part. I think he's being set up to be a bigger part in the whole Venom series. And no, we're not selling books right now, guys.
You guys got to wait for the
this is
auction, man.
None of these books are for sale. What I'm going to show off today. So don't even get excited. Until we go to the auction, then we can sell some stuff. So again, this is another book that I think that, you should probably start looking for it. If you can find it for a good price, pick it up. I think Dylan's going to have a pretty bright and big future with the Venom series. And again, the tongue variant is the one that's a little bit trickier to find, a little bit harder to find than just a regular Venom #7. Now, of course, Venom #9 is going to be the first appearance of Dylan, and that book's already starting to get hot. And again, big ups to our brother Hawaiian Punch. I think he pulled it out in the auction last Saturday with Burke.
No, he didn't.
But yeah, he did with Burke Family.
Oh, okay, yeah. He pulled out the book.
The Venom 9.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, he pulled out Venom 9 and some other ones. I think the 1 in 10 variant, and that went for some money, man. I mean, I think it went for okay money. But, he was on it kind of early, man. So
I don't know, man. Punch, don't smoke, bro, before you get on here, man. You be $100 on 9.8s, bro. And if you are, man, let me get off the panel, man, so I can buy some stuff, man.
Yeah, so that's the first book I want to kind of get your guys eyes on. Venom #7, the tongue variant. So if you find it for a good price, pick it up, I think. Now another book, we all know Moon Knight's going to come out in his own show, or maybe even the movie in the future. Who knows?
Oregon, the auction is going to be in about an hour, bro.
7:20ish.
7:20ish. So
maybe 7 o'clock.
So go take the puppy for a walk, man. So that way you can do all that other stuff and then come back. And you can rewatch this. This is gonna be a rewatchable kind of live show. It's not like the auctions.
Yeah, and so the next book I'm talking about and the character is gonna be Moon Knight. Now we all know Werewolf by Night is an expensive ass book to begin with, the first appearance of Moon Knight. But there's also another book that kind of people don't really think too much about. People usually pick up Moon Knight #1, but the one I'm talking about is gonna be more Spotlight, #28. And again, this is going to be, Moon Knight's, I believe this is his first, I guess, it's really not his first ongoing series, but it's going to be like, I guess, his third appearance, but it's really going to be more like the more affordable, because the second appearance is still kind of pricey to a certain degree. But this is the one that really a lot of people are kind of sleeping on. So if you find this book, if you can get this book for a good price, I recommend you start picking up a few copies of this book, because whenever Moon Knight does pop up in any damn show or any damn movie, that Werewolf by Night is going to get pricey, which already is, and then everything else follows. It's like a domino effect. The second appearance gets pricey, then this one will get priced, and then Moon Knight #1 is going to skyrocket again. Like
it's Zelwyn said he has his book. So yeah, like if you have these books, guys,
you're doing it right.
Just kind of hold on to them, man. Again, man,
you are correct, Jake. First story.
You just kind of see that. I think I got our Canadian brother, the plumber, excited with the picture I sent him.
So again, if you have some of these books, guys, trust me. This is more like a refresher. Some of these books are a refresher. Some of these books maybe you're not really even keeping track of. So it's more like get them now before they start getting stupid hot.
Just put them on the radar. Put them on a list, man, and just kind of watch them, man. Again, you don't have to go tomorrow and buy these books, but you want to keep it on the list.
Yeah. So the next book I do have, guys, and it's a book that we sold in the auction plenty times, and it's a book that we're big on, and it's been speculated. It's kind of almost been confirmed that, the Thunderbolts are coming. So we do have Incredible Hulk #449. And this book, what makes this book a little bit different, though, is going to be a newsstand variant. So you can see, guys, it's not a direct. It's going to be a newsstand. So this is another book, guys, that I would highly recommend. I don't know who G Wiz is. This is a book I would highly recommend. If you can find this book, look for the newsstand edition. That's the one that makes it different than the others. And again, it's going to be the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. This book, I guarantee it. If everything goes right with the Black Widow movie, this damn book is gonna explode because it's supposed to set up the Thunderbolts. And again, the newsstand is the hard to find version of this book. So we sold this in the auction before. It was just a direct edition. Trust me, pick up the direct edition. You're not gonna take an L on that. But if you can find the newsstand edition, sometimes you might find these in the sometimes the owners of these books won't not dollar bills, but they won't. Sometimes the owners of this won't even know they have a newsstand. So
the issue of the Hulk, they want to know the issue of the number issue.
449.
449, guys. Tyler, you're not missing anything. We're gonna talk a little bit of spec, and then we're gonna go into a topic about grading, stuff like that, man. So just hang tight if you can, man. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this kind of platform live show.
Again, see that barcode? That's the main selling point right there. It doesn't say direct edition. That what makes it that's the point of this, is that it makes it into a newsstand. So it is hard to find. So just keep an eye out for that. If you find that for direct edition price, pick it up. All right, the next book I do have. So everybody knows Inhumans #5, the first appearance of
Don. I don't even want to see you right now, Don, because you broke my heart last week, bro.
So going back to what I was talking about, Inhumans #5, the first appearance of the new Black Widow. We all know that's been confirmed for the most part. She's gonna have a bigger role. But I think a lot of people are sleeping on her really true first appearance, if you could say, because this is gonna be her first ongoing. So we do have the first cover appearance, and the first ongoing for Black Widow is gonna be Black Widow #1, the Marvel Knights. This is the one that you probably need to start putting on your radar also too, guys. So again, a lot of people right now are hung up on Inhumans #5, the first appearance of Yelena. But this is gonna be her first cover appearance / her first ongoing. So, again, it's just some food for thought. Inhumans #5 is the one that you really want to own, but there's gonna be a really, really good backup, and I guarantee it. And here's the thing, too, guys. There is another variant to this one. It's gonna be the original Black Widow on the cover. This is gonna be the one with Yelena on the cover. So this is the one I recommend you should try to pick up. And again, like I said, some of these books are probably thinking like, whoa, these books are familiar. That's fine. People are chasing other books, you know what I'm saying? So try to keep an eye on these. And if you find them for a good price, pick them up.
Yeah, and again, this is just our opinion, guys. Again, we want to kind of give you guys a little bit of our knowledge. That way you guys can kind of track this on your own.
Yeah, and the next book is still kind of keeping up with the theme of Thunderbolts. And we're kind of high on them because, the Professor Hulk was okay. He wasn't that great. But, this might be the guy that really, really sets up for the Savage Hulk to come back, or maybe even like the Immortal Hulk to come back, guys, or to come out. I'm sorry. So we do have Hulk #1, the first appearance of the Red Hulk, and this book has gone through ups and downs and stuff like that, right? So again, it's another book that people, kind of maybe forgot a little bit about. And honestly, this is a book that you should try to have multiple copies of, because whenever this gets confirmed, this book is going to skyrocket for the most part compared to what it is going for right now. And for any of you guys that want to flip or even just unload some books to buy a better book. If you got 4 or 5 of these books, you can make some money off of that.
Yeah. Yes, that is another one that obviously we'll be doing this weekly, man. So we'll bring more books. It's kind of like last minute. We want to have kind of like a DC one and a Marvel one and an independent, and then mix them all up. That way, it keeps them kind of like, when you do watch it, you kind of start checking them off a list or putting them on a list.
All right, so let me see. Before we move on to the next one, I think there's some questions, right?
Well, obviously Jake said book is Black Manta, which is he's confirmed for Aquaman 2 as the main villain.
What's going on, Big Comic Book Collector?
What's up, brother?
What's going on, JT? Hey, hi. Do I still have the box being built on? Inverse. What box is she talking about? I'm
sure talking about the R&R, the R&R box.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you buy these books. Some people consider them to be affordable books. You buy these books, they kind of heat up a little bit, Jake, and then next thing you can make some profit off these books. I'll give you a prime example. Matter of fact, I think I do. Where's it at? I'll give you a prime example, and it'll lead to. I'll show you after whenever we do we do the next topic. So let me show off another book, guys. So sticking with kind of like future things that are coming up, and this is a confirmed situation too. Young Avengers 1, we've sold it plenty of times during the auction too, guys. And I do have a raw copy of that book. And that's another book that I'm really high on because it has the first appearance of a lot of new characters, a lot of the younger characters, and they're all kids to somebody. So Young Avengers #1, there's a few variants to this one, But again, this is a book that honestly it's starting to heat up again. You know, with this, there's a lot of main new main characters. But what I will say is, if you can find this book, pick it up now. Start picking it up now. Start trying to load up on this book because it's a damn good book to own. We sold it into auction before, but you know, as of right now, I'm down to 1 copy. So no, yeah, 2 copies. So this probably won't be up in auction for a hot minute.
I don't want to tell everyone don't these are books you want to pick up right now. I want to give you guys, we want to give you guys the information. Look it up, look at the trends, and then you got to make that educated decision, that guess. Because at the end of the day, if we're telling you buy, we don't want a backlash of like, dude, I spent all this money and nothing ever happened, man. This is kind of just opinion based.
These books are going to heat up, though. I will tell you this: these books will heat up.
They are going to heat up, but again,
they will heat up.
It's just we don't want to mislead anyone.
Make your own judgment on a purchase and buy what you feel that you can have an attachment to. That way, if it does kind of go sideways, you still own a book that you really like. So these are just kind of refreshers. These are just put your eyes on some of these books. And maybe some of these books. I think most of these books will do something, but nothing is guaranteed except for
what slabs. What are you talking about, Michael? What slabs are you talking about, bro?
I don't know. So the next book we do have, guys, is gonna be, and it's another book that I think somebody was asking about in the auction, but it's gonna be Marvel Point One #1, the first full appearance of Kamala Khan. This is a good book too, guys. So again, she's been confirmed to come out in her own show. There is a cameo appearance that goes for a lot more money. So that's what I'm saying. This is probably a good one to pick up because this is a lot more affordable than the cameo appearances and then the second printing of Captain Marvel #17. So this is a nice book to pick up. First appearance of Kamala Khan. Damn good book. Again, they're going towards a whole new diversity and a whole new characters of different cultures and stuff like that, and a lot more female oriented kind of like shows and movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, and look, Hawaiian Punch said the same thing that we're saying, man. Buy what you like for your collection and you can afford. So, this is just information that we're giving out, guys. Again, this is stuff that we collect. Some people ask us for our opinions, and this is kind of like a way for us to give you guys the opinion and show you guys the books in hand, so you guys can make inform your own decision based on that. And
it just shows, guys, if we have copies of these books, or if they're part of our PC, then we're highly motivated and we're highly big on these books for a reason. So, for the most part, what we try to invest in is in books that, we do love first appearances, we love key books and stuff like that. We do like the new comic book day stuff too, to read and stuff like that. But these books we just feel have, a solid future. Now today I went a little crazy. I brought a lot of books to show off to you guys. Next week I'm probably going to consolidate to maybe a few books and just spend more time on them.
I think our number 8 is it's good.
I have 2 more books, guys. I do have an Amazing Fantasy number 10. Don't get too damn excited. Amazing Fantasy number 10, first appearance of Amadeus Cho. I might be saying that wrong, but again, he's gonna be the new totally awesome Hulk. So this book here is it's gotten hot. It's kind of cooled off sometimes. This is a damn good book to pick up, honestly, and it's actually kind of tricky to find this book. So this is another book I highly recommend. With this leads to the last book that I'm going to talk about. And it's gonna be totally awesome Hulk #1. The 1 in 25 variant, but not only that, this pays homage to the original Hulk #1. So again, you pick up the first appearance, then you can pick up the first full appearance of the totally awesome Hulk with the 1 in 25 variant. Guys, those 1 in 25 variants usually are the ones that kind of get pricier because they're usually lower print.
Amazing Fantasy 15, man. Again,
it wasn't Amazing Fantasy 15. It's just not the one that you guys want to see.
That's a great book. So again, if you guys are coming into this, you will be able to watch this live platform video, man. We'll put a thumbnail. I think we can put a thumbnail behind it, right?
Yeah, we'll be able to put a thumbnail.
Okay, we'll put a thumbnail behind it, and it'll have the discussion of the. I'm sure Paul's gonna approve the books, man. I mean, him and Manny share a lot in common. Saliva.
Nah, me and Paul, we talk a lot about books, man. He helps me speculate, and I help him sometimes. And then sometimes when we've gone hunting, he puts his eyes on it and he gives me a second opinion. And then, Paul's he knows his stuff, man. He does enough research to know his stuff. I think he will approve of these books. If he doesn't, then Paul's fired. You know, that's all I gotta say about that. But those are just some books. Again, you can rewatch this stuff, guys, and make your own opinion, guys.
Yeah. So okay. So now the main topic is this. I have a lot of people that sometimes hit me up on the side, and one of the biggest questions that we typically get is, obviously you guys know we do own a lot of slabs. How we go about grading, who do we use? The topic's not going to be about who we use as far as grading, because we're impartial to saying one is better than the other. Obviously, the only advantage we have is CBCS is down the street, and we prefer just to use them because we can drop off our books, and the customer service, to my knowledge, to our knowledge, has been always good.
To our experience, it's been good.
It's been good. So the key thing with slabbing that they always ask us is like, what should I slab? What do you guys slab? How do you go about knowing what to slab? And I'll be quite honest with you, we do not slab a lot of books. We do, but we're very particular in the books that we do slab because what I tell people is that slabbing it's a different animal, man. A lot of people love to slab their books, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's a big cost that comes with that. Let's just say if you take about 20 books, bronze, modern, a mixture of everything, man. If you send it out to CGC, and I calculated this, and you start looking at the different kind of levels of how they do 2-day modern or modern books and Silver Age books and all that, roughly it will cost you about maybe $500 to get about 20 books slab. You guys will know that. To me, $500 on books, that's like 2 or 3 minor keys. That's probably a good, decent key book, or if I can get lucky, like a very low grade of a let's just say giant size X-Men, like a 1.5, So to me is in our position, not as a store. This is going back to when we first started collecting, is not grading a lot of stuff, man. Grade certain stuff. And we're going to show you guys a little bit of what we consider, what we grade, what we would grade, and why we would grade it. So I think Manny's going to bring out some books right now and show you guys kind of like what are some potentials that we would consider grading and why we would consider grading behind that.
Yeah, and right off the bat, guys, I'm gonna show off a modern book. This is a book that I would highly consider getting graded because one, it's very damn sharp. It's actually beautiful, to tell the truth. But it's gonna be Thor God of Thunder #2, the 1 in 25 variant. This is gonna be the first appearance of Gore the God Butcher. So again, this is a modern book, and this is a book that I would consider getting graded, because at the end of the day, it looks like it might be a 9.8, and I would do myself a disservice if I sold it for less than that when it has potential to hit 9.8. So this is something I would get graded. A book like this is a 1 in 25 variant of a main character, of a main villain, and aside from that, it's a 1 in 25 variant. So typically, this is again a lower print compared to just the cover A's and cover B's and so on. So this is something I would get graded for sure.
Boy got 7. Did you go look at that IG post, brother?
Let me borrow that real quick. That Detective Comics.
This one?
Yeah, let me just borrow that real quick. So like this is a book that we sold last night for $15, guys, and it's a lower grade book, and it's a first appearance. But this is something I probably would not get graded because at the end of the day, I would end up spending about $30 and so on, shipping, all that good stuff to get this book graded, and it's not gonna be a high enough grade where if in the future I did want to unload this book, I probably wouldn't see much of a return. So that's something I would not get graded. But again, some people like to get stuff graded just because they have a personal attachment to it, or because they just love a certain book. And nothing against that. Go ahead and do that. But if you want to look at from a perspective where you can kind of consolidate and just send stuff that really, really should get graded, these are just some examples. So I have another book here, guys. Again, another stuff is for sale. So
you can't say claim this one. This is another one. And again, we haven't graded these just because. It's not that we don't have the money to do it. It's just there's not a need for that.
We're too busy, honestly, man. That's the main thing. We're too busy.
There's really not a need for it at the moment.
I'm not in a rush to get these graded. But so the next book I do have is going to be, and I'm big on indies, guys. I love my indies. It's going to be Invincible #1. And again, the reason I will get this book graded because it has potential to be a 9.8 also. And this book, it's again tough to find, and it's a damn good story. Aside from that, they're making a show on this book, on this storyline. I think with Amazon, I think they're making a show, and I think they're already starting to get the voice and stuff like that, the actors and stuff like that. So there's another book I would get graded Now, if it was beat to hell, if it was beat to crap, because this cover itself shows a lot of imperfections. So this is a book that honestly, if it was beat to crap, I would not get graded because I would just do myself a disservice. And some of that book, you probably need about 3 G's to get this book, bro.
Yeah, this is an expensive book now, man.
I ain't gonna sell it though, man, because I'm a big fanatic of anything with that really indies. And again, Robert Kirkman, he does a hell of a damn job, bro. So,
dude, I got some good news today from my brother Manny, man. Manny gave me probably the best news ever, man.
Me?
Yeah, on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I did.
It's coming back, man. The Walking Dead
In color.
It's coming back in color, man. So I am very ecstatic about that. Pick up that #1, guys.
So again, this is gonna be another book these are 2 books that I would send off to get graded. And I just showed you an example of a book that probably wouldn't get graded because I feel like it's not high enough of a grade. And at the end of the day, I just don't want to spend the money for that. But these books are good candidates. So again, 1 in 25 variant, first appearance of the God Butcher, and then Invincible #1. You know, very damn sharp looking book. Really looks like a damn 9.8.
Like he's speaking your language right now, man. You say he'll trade you AF-15 for it.
Who?
Jake.
What grade AF-15?
Yeah.
It better not be that.
Yes, that one too, man. That Ruby Negan lives is another one. Okay.
About to draw. Hey, Tiger, if you can get it for me.
So I am going to show you. We are going to show you now books that we always definitely try to submit to go get graded as soon as possible, man. When we do walk into them, we've actually been holding on to one because there really isn't a need for it. But
no, I will send off to get graded eventually. But so the next book I do have, guys. It depends. So let me answer this question real quick. So big con collectors asking, so is raw cheaper than a slab book? Sometimes it is because a slab book, there's no arguing. The grade is a grade. So if it's a 9.8, you're not gonna argue with the owner. Hey, dude, that looks like a 9.6, and be like, dude, I don't give a damn. It's a 9.8. Yeah. You know, it's been slabbed as a 9.8. Even if you see imperfections, it should be a 9.0. But if it got slabbed to 9.8, it got slabbed to 9.8. So with a raw book, there's a little bit more negotiations with it. But if the book looks pristine and damn nice, it will be up there in price. Unless they don't know what the hell they have.
Yeah, if you're dealing with dealers, comic book shop owners, people that grade a lot of stuff, man, they usually do know what is a good candidate for 9.8. Obviously, you know, I'll bring up Hawaiian Punch. You know, I saw some of the books that came in for Plumber. You know, and him and Rags and certain guys. Matt from The Boy Who Has 7 is also another guy that they already know what a 9.8 looks like because that's all they're chasing, man. So when you're dealing with those individuals, man, that are always chasing 9.8s, they're going to have a better eye and a better understanding of that grade or what the graders are looking for in that grade to get it done. So raw books, like Manny said, you potentially can't get a better deal because once it's slabbed, there's already a market value price to it, guys. You know? Yeah.
So the next book I'm going to show off, guys, is a book that honestly – If I had all these books,
what's up, Chad, man? I haven't seen you in a bit, bro.
If I had to send off, if I had to pick just one book, I shot off the wrong book. If I had to show off one book to get slabbed, I shot off one too early. It will be this one, a Hulk 181. This will take preference over any other book because this is a main.
It's an expensive
first
book.
Appearance.
A low grade book is $1,000.
Yeah, and this is a main appearance to a major character, which is going to be Wolverine's first appearance. And again, it's a book that at the end of the day, you probably want to get it slabbed to preserve it. Right? You want to preserve this book. You want to find out the value of this book. And at the end of the day, you know, it's just a big damn book. So if I was on a budget, this will take preference over any of those other books.
I want it. They're like, claim, I want it.
So the next book I'm going to show
you guys are a little too early for y'all in the wrong live show, man.
So with that book goes this book. I bought this book long ass time ago.
I want to take it out of the little poly.
This is probably going to be the first Grow I ever purchased, to tell the truth.
Hey, Chad, I'm fixing to have twins, bro. My wife is in 2 months, so I will be toning it down or shooting from home.
This is going to be a Hulk 181, a 6.0. As you can see, it's an old CGC label, stuff like that. So the reason I brought this book is to kind of tell, show the different perspective. You know, you have a raw version, and then you have a graded version of the book. But the thing about this book, guys, is that it's an old label, and honestly, this book needs a press and clean. It's dirty. It has dents on it and all kinds of stuff. So this is a good candidate for me to probably pop open. I probably wouldn't do it. I'd probably give it to my guy to do it. He'll pop it open, we'll press and clean it, and then we'll send it off to get re-slabbed because this might have a potential to get bumped up. So again,
this is a reason why we're giving you guys opinions. Like this is what we will go get graded. Like clean, take it out, clean and press it, and try to get a grade bump.
And so Big Con Collector asked a good question, which I kind of answered. So this is a book that not every book you don't want to crack and open every old slab. You have to see if the book has any imperfections that can use some help. Like this book, you can see the back is dirty. You really can't see it, but it does have like a corner crease right there that can be easily pressed out. So there's a book that I believe will be a good candidate to resubmit.
Plumber's already in here. Plumber, you're a little early, bro.
Now, example of a book that kind of goes with buying them early. So there's a book that honestly we did a video probably back in January. Some books to pick up for the year of 2020, and this is one of them that was on the damn list. And at that time, this book was going for like $40-$50, give or take. It wasn't going for much. This would be the first appearance of the first cover appearance of No, the third print, very low print. So this is a book that honestly, yeah, and you can't pull the notes. You agree, but some of these books they don't have notes too, so you got to also double check. Sometimes there is no notes on these books. So again, this is a book that we talked about back in January, and you could have picked it up for like maybe $30-$40. It had dipped quite a bit.
I think at one point we're selling them for like $60 in the auction. We sold quite a bit of these, man.
Yep. So there's a book that we have here. It's a beautiful looking book. And the reason I talk about this is because this book that I picked up, I picked it right before the craze, really maybe a few months before it started getting hot. 9.8 candidate. As you can see, this book is going for like $1,000 right now. So you're talking about a book that came out for New Comic Book Day for what, $4, give or take? Yeah, $3.99. You're talking about a book that came out for $3.99 that was pretty easily accessible. It did get hot and it dipped, and we could have picked it up. We probably could have picked up 20-30 copies of this book, but we didn't. A lot of people didn't do that, and now 9.8s are going for $1,000, right? Yeah. So, you have to. That's just a prime example. That's when New Comic Book Day makes a big, a big advantage, because you can pick up a lot of these books sometimes for cheap, and then you can go ahead and get them graded. Especially something like this, guys. Anytime there's a first appearance, a first cover appearance. Those are good books. Those are good candidates to get slabbed. Oh
yeah, the Plumber, you did win the giveaways, bro.
You sent that 9.8. It was I don't even know what 9.8 you're talking about.
No, so okay, going back to that book right there, Manny's gonna answer the question. Can you show me that no third print?
Which one? The slab?
Yeah. So going back to this.
What's the question?
This is a little bit of a life hack or something that me and Manny like to do, man, is we don't like chasing grades. So sometimes, obviously stuff gets hot and whatever the case is. And again, with the submitting of stuff, sometimes we try to pick up these books from shops, eBay, or other stuff, man. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with chasing the grade, but you can't fight this anymore, man. So what we do is, to avoid costs, this comes into the costing again. We buy slabs. I rather buy a slab book sometimes on certain books, because it saves that cost that goes behind it, man.
Having to send it off to get graded. But I'm the opposite. I like chasing grades. So I'll buy a raw book if it looks nice enough, and in the future, if I want to, I'll get it graded. And And I've done it with giant size X-Men. I picked up some raw giant size X-Men, and they look beat to crap, and then they come back at 5.0s with a good perfect clean.
So that's the difference between me and Manny sometimes, is that like when he tells me something, I'm like, just and I'll talk about it. He's been kicking himself because he slept over that 1 in 25 Ultimate Fallout when it was $800. Manny does all the spending, guys. Like, if I had control of the budgets and the money, we would probably be negative, man, because I pull the trigger on stuff quick. Manny's more of the thinker behind it, which is always a good balance. But he's been haunted by that, because at one point he could have bought that book for $800.
Yeah, and it is, you can't win every damn battle.
So sometimes, man, sharing the hobby with the brother or friend, man, and having that back and forth can definitely help you out. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the last book, right? This one?
No, we're not talking about that book.
Okay.
I don't know why you bring. I don't know what you're talking about that book.
I don't know.
That book is for sale.
But again, so the topic is basically that, man. It's how we go about how to collect. In the beginning of the video, you caught some of the speculation books that we're talking about, and then how we look at grading, man. Grading from a cost perspective. Again, grade your books however you want to. I'm not gonna tell you. But there's a cost behind it, and to me, I preferably rather save as much money as I can to buy bigger books. Obviously, if you guys you see my Instagram posts here and there. we get a lot of books, and we buy a lot of books, man. So if we're grading all these books, man, sometimes we're not going to get the return back, or it's going to be an extra expense. Now, obviously, dealers and people that are flipping books are constantly doing that, but that's because they don't have a big attachment to that. They're just really flipping the books. There's nothing wrong with that, guys, because at one point we're all going to do away with books. We're all going to sell books to buy bigger books or trade books or whatever the case is. The one thing that we didn't talk about is getting these kind of books, having multiples of that, when they start getting hot, sending them in to get graded so you can trade them. That is always very ideal to do. That's very smart to do. Obviously, you want to do it a little bit right before it gets really, really hot, because once you start getting a lot of submissions, whoever it is, whatever grading company it is, I think they do purposely will maybe hold back the 9.8 grades on an 9.8 candidate book, simply because it's just a market control thing. And that's just my opinion on it. I don't want to get in trouble with anybody, but you know, I've heard a lot of people say the same thing.
It's an opinion, really. It's just a really.
Well, we have a 9.6 ASM 300 that looks like a 9.8. We looked at it.
Sometimes they miss something. You know, it's an opinion. Really, that's what it is. I think at the end of the day, you know, they can't catch everything. We can't catch everything.
Look,
so.
and to answer that question, Immortal Biggie Shot, I will slap this book all the time. Why? Because I want to insure it. I want to know what the cost behind this book is, market value, and everything, man. If it's raw, I can't do nothing with it. I cannot fight an insurance claim on this book. I can't do really much with it because they're going to be like, well, how do we know that's a real book? How do we know it's complete? Blah, blah, blah. So when it has a label, you kind of protecting yourself, man. So another thing about getting those kind of books is making sure that these books aren't trimmed, making sure that these books are complete, because a lot of restoration, these books, they get restored, man. So it's always great to get those books ahead of the curve. Is what we'll push forward to grading.
Yeah, and I do have 2 books that I'm gonna tell you guys for New Comic Book Day that you should try to pick up. They might be hard as hell to pick up because I think they're gonna be somewhat. I think the orders got cut, and I think they're gonna be hard to find because some of them they probably didn't even order enough. So the 2 books I'm going to recommend, guys, going to be you guys have been asking for: Strange Academy #1. There's a second print coming out next week, and then Thor #2, the third print's coming out next week. So if you find those for cover price, pick them up because again, Strange Academy #1 has a lot of first appearances. The second print, it might be a lower print than the first one. So you guys have heard to pick up the second print. I think Biggie Shaq said the same thing. Like if you miss on the book, pick up the second print. So the plumber said he's tired. He's going to go to sleep. Man, that's all right, sucks, man. There's a lot of books coming up in the auction, so.
It's all right,
take a nap.
You sleep, someone else in the bottom.
Oh yeah. So with that, guys, it's just again, we're gonna do.
Andrew, stop flexing. Look at that.
That's fine. So I always like my F-15. So you know, so and that's what I would probably invest my money in if I was gonna compare spending AGs for Ultimate Fallout #4 125, I probably would invest that into like an X-Men #1 or and we'll talk about more of those topics in the next video. So again, it's just some food for thought, something we want to bring up to you guys. We got to get ready for the auction, but we will be doing more of these kind of videos. It might be Saturday before the auction, or it might be its own separate day, but we want to be able to just kind of give you a taste of what we're trying to do. See, man, he does have agents. It might be, man. I might have one. I don't know. And we just want to do different topics and spend more time with it. Next time, we'll probably consolidate it and do.
And we're trying to bring some people in here, man. We want to bring other people so we can have another opinion today. It was kind of like to get it going.
You guys, like 40-something people in here. Y'all should have been hitting the like button.
Oh, yeah. Let's see that. Let me see if they hit the like button, man. These slackers, man. Man, 23 likes?
Kevin asked, no, we didn't, bro. Because that's around the time that I was out of pocket. And it really, if I'm not putting my eyes on it and someone doesn't tell me, hey, pick up this book, we'll miss it.
All right, guys, let's take 2 minutes to go back and hit the like button. Obviously, it helps out our channel. It allows us to get a bigger reach. G-Man, great discussion. Hey, thank you, brother. Again, man, we want to start doing this a little bit more, man. There'll be better topics. There'll be better stuff. Hopefully, you guys can. Well, it'll probably be like, and it'll be watchable, man.
There'll probably be less. There'll probably be like less topics, but we'll have probably like people and to join us in discussion, like maybe different perspectives, and of course, you guys in the chat, we're always looking for your perspective too. But it's just kind of like a sample sample piece of what we're trying to do.
By showing your support and your like, bro, I think you need to send me that Wolverine book. That way I know that you physically like the channel, man.
You don't like you that much. So the specs, we will be bringing more specs. We do we do our own 8 books to keep an eye out for. I want to get back to that again. There's a lot of books that I keep my eye on. There's a lot of books that I just have on my radar. But it's without me not having it in my possession, I don't like showing it off, because then it's just really me sending you on a goose chase. If it's something that we invest in, then we stand behind it.
Oh, I didn't even like my own video. I don't know, man.
Someone that doesn't like good opinions, bro.
You know, those guys. I need my fans to come back, man. Those guys that come in here and always show up on time and just like the video, man. They're great fans of the show, man. So it's always good to see those, man. What's up? All right, guys. So with that, man, we need to wrap it up. Guys, you can rewatch this. There'll be a thumbnail to this. We're gonna get ready to get the other guys in the auction. Give us about 15-20 minutes, and you guys are gonna see some fire, man. You guys are gonna get a good panel. We got Rags, we got Jay Blitz, we got the Lawman. We got our brother JB, Discovery Bay. We got some people, man. So Rated R, what's up, brother? Man, come back in about 15-20 minutes, guys. You guys not be disappointed. We got a lot of fire books. There'll be some bins. It's gonna be ridiculous today, bro, man. I've seen some stuff from these guys, man, and they're not putting any stops, man. The Saturday night Key Squad is back, man. So I need to hit you up, Boyhat 7. I do want to try to get you in one of our auctions, bro, because I know you have some great stuff too, man. And we need to talk.
Yeah, that Venom.
Costello said you saw that Swamp Thing.
No, actually, I pulled it back after seeing what it's going for. I might have to get it graded. I almost made a big mistake selling that damn book. Yeah, but it's a pretty high grade.
We have Paul that does a good job on the grading, and also we use Strictly, man. Strictly's a good guy too to use, man. So yeah, dude, we need to talk, man. I want to start bringing in different people and alternate and do different things, man. So I'll hit you up on the IG, brother.
So we're about to go offline for a quick minute, get our panel guys in here, and we'll be back in a few, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We are out. Peace. Episode 1 done.